Hey guys, welcome back to Inchworm Gardens. We've got the raised beds built. We've got the basic garden design laid out. The next step would be to fill these beds with soil so we can begin planting. But we're doing an optional step first. This is something that adds some attractive qualities to the garden and helps suppress weeds and grass around the beds. We're talking about wood chips. Now wood chips are simply chipped up, chopped up, shredded hardwood. Trees, logs, limbs. And you see this stuff all over the place. It's used as a mulch, so it's laid down around plants. It helps in hold in moisture and reduce weeds and other grass growing through. There's a lot of ways that you can use wood chips in your garden. The way that we're using it is just simply a garden path. We want to lay down these wood chips all along here. So instead of having grass growing between these beds, which we would have to weed and mow throughout the season, we're just going to have it covered with wood chips, and I think it'll look really nice and help suppress some of that grass growth. So to improve the effectiveness of this, we want to do something with that existing grass. We could just put the wood chips right on top of it, but that grass is well rooted, well established, and it's going to have a better chance of growing through your wood chips, defeating the whole purpose. So what can you do about it? You could dig out all the grass, which would be a real pain in the butt. You could lay some weed cloth, some grass cloth over it to kind of suppress it down. That would totally work. But an easier, cheaper option is to use cardboard. You lay a bunch of cardboard, just one layer thick on top of that grass. It's gonna starve it from light and air, and that'll kill off the grass. You put the wood chips right on top of it. The cardboard will eventually break down anyway, and it'll all just feed back into the soil. So we're gonna be laying cardboard down. Let's get to it. All right, here's what we got so far. Laid down all the cardboard. Sure doesn't look pretty right now, but you can see I just laid it down. You don't have to cover every single inch, but just getting the majority of it. And of course, you're still going to get some weeds growing, new seeds are going to blow in. You're still going to have to do some weeding in this area, but the majority will be suppressed by this cardboard and wood chips. So there you go. We'll handle the inside of the beds another time. Not 100% sure what to do with those yet, but right now we're just putting down the mulch around the beds. All right, next step, load up the wood chips. Okay, just want to talk for a second on obtaining the wood chips. Now you can buy mulch bags of it at Home Depot or Lowe's, $4 or $5 for 3 cubic feet. That way is just a lot more expensive and labor and time intensive. You have to buy all the bags, load them up, bring them back. It's just kind of a pain. If you're doing a lot of chips like we're doing, you got to go a different route. I suggest in bulk. Now there's a really cool site I want to tell you about. It's called Chip Drop. It's this company that you basically can sign up for and you can get free wood chips delivered to your house, which seems too good to be true. They have a really funny marketing video all about it. I'll put it in a link in the description, check it out. Anyway, they connect with local arborists who wood chip trees that they cut down and they need somewhere to dump them, so you sign up, they dump them in your front yard, in your driveway for free. Now that works really well if you're in the city, because there's a lot of arborists and they don't have as many places to go. We moved out a little bit more in the country, so I signed up for it. I was waiting for about a week and I realized maybe I should check to see if this is ever going to happen. I called my local arborist and he says yeah, he doesn't use that site. He has his own wood chipper and he just sells the chips himself. So fine. He quoted me a price. I got 10 cubic yards, actually 12 cubic yards for $10 a yard. So I spent $120. It's not as good as free, but he delivered it the same day and I got everything I need right here. So my suggestion, check out Chip Drop first, call your local arborist, see if you can just buy them right off of them. Okay, next task, moving that big old pile of mulch back to the garden. And for that, we've enlisted some local help. Let's check in on them now. Putting the neighborhood kids to work. All right, an hour and a half later, we got the mulch pretty much in place. Let's take a look. Okay, here's what we got. Still need to go through and level it a little bit more. But this is about roughly 3 inches of mulch spread all throughout here. And I just think it looks really cool. I like the contrast of the dark mulch, the light beds, and then all the greenery that will be inside the beds. And of course, this is totally optional. I could have just left the grass. It would have been fine that way too. But I think it looks nice. So there you go. The garden path. And I learned something important about mulch today, or more so geometry. Turns out 12 cubic yards is a lot of mulch. So we used pretty much everything we needed for that project, and we barely made a dent. My goodness, what am I going to do with all this mulch? I mean, seriously, this is actually a slight problem. This is a lot of wood chips in my driveway still. And, well, we've already mulched all these flower beds in the front. There's some more in the back we could mulch, but yeah, I'm gonna have to get creative on this. All right, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have any suggestions on what to do with like 8 yards of mulch, let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next one.